My name is Shawn Rosenblatt. I'm in the band Netherfriends.
It's playing the 50 songs in 50 states.
Okay, so I've been really into the whole idea of being a prolific artist, and I feel like art comes and goes as you get older and life hits you. So I'm at the age of 23, and I feel like I can still do something with my life that could be something prolific at this time. So I plan on being homeless for 1 year and traveling the country and trying to write and record and perform in all 50 states with a different lineup with each tour. That's kind of the idea.
Before going into that, what do you think the toughest thing is going to be? Like Alaska, Hawaii?
Yeah. That's what everyone says when they say that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do all 50 states. So what about Hawaii and Alaska?
So can you explain your the whole the drummer issue at times? It seems like on your MySpace.
Right there. Well, it seems that drummers are the hardest to bring on the road with you. They tend to. This one right here. I don't know. I don't know what the situation with drummers. Drummers are hard to find, I guess. Good drummers are hard to find. The good drummers are always the ones that have the jobs that they can't leave, or the money issues, or they just, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know.
Okay, and so you play quite often.
Yeah. I've been touring every month since May. Only about 2 weeks at a time. I don't want to kill myself. And then I try to play locally as much as possible as well. I mean, I feel like ultimately, if you want to be in a band, you want to be on the road as much as possible. I mean, you don't have to kill yourself with being on the road for months and months at a time. But it's all about getting your music out there and planting seeds. And most bands don't realize that. They think if they get big enough in one city, then everyone's going to take notice. And that's not the case. It's never that way. So I think that's kind of the message I want to bring to musicians who think that they need to get as big as possible in one city. It's not the case. Well, it's so funny because those are the bands that if they ever get to the point where everyone sees them as successful, they're never going to think they're successful. They're going to be like, well, I'm not making enough money. It's all about, having how much money do I make as a band? And those are the bands right now. They're saying there's no money in the music industry anymore. Like the music industry's dead. It's like, well, music is an art form, and it's always going to be there. And regardless of the music industry is dead or not, it's still going to be a way to bring your art to the masses. People do still listen to music. They might steal it, but they still will come out to see you play. Still.
How was it to do the Day Trotter sessions?
It's really cool. As a kid, I always checked the Day Trotter site, like when I was in high school or like a little bit into college. So I was pretty excited, but then when I was a kid, I always thought if I did a Day Trotter session, that would be it. It'd be huge. It's the same thing when you get. I've been working with 2 labels now, and I've always, as a kid, I was like, if I ever got a label, that would be it. When you get older, you start realizing that. But the problem is that people my age still think that if they do Day Trotter or if they get signed to a label, that's it. That they made it. It's my first full length with a label. It's my first full length ever with Netherfriends. It's 9 songs. Will be on record, on vinyl, and it'll also be on CD. And it's going to be called Barry and Sherry, which are the names of my parents. And I recorded it in Apple Valley, Minnesota, at this in this empty house that my girlfriend's parents were trying to sell but couldn't sell because of the economy. So I was recording there by myself for about 7 days and recorded about 10 songs, 11 songs. And I noticed that there's a theme about them, whereas this whole idea behind me having all these characteristics of my parents, and as me growing older, these songs were kind of spilling out as if I was, when I was younger, going up to when I'm 70-something years old. So I realized very quickly that I had a theme to the album, which I didn't intend to. Or I think it's silly to immediately come up with a theme for an album. I feel like it should just come out naturally. Yeah, I've always noticed that where I tend to call a lot of people out, and it feels good to sing that way into a crowd of people that you know you're talking to certain people in the crowd, even if you never met them before, you know that some of them are like that. So I think that's always really fun and cathartic, I guess. I think everyone should sing that way.
All right. Well, thanks for doing the interview.
Cool. Thanks so much.
All right.